Now, it was no surprise that the TMC Mega Raffle sold out. Then it was time to make those all-important phone calls to the big winners. You know, I kind of wonder what it must have felt like to hear Kathy Rice tell you that your life was changing in an instant. Well, you know what? We don't have to wonder, actually, because Kathy has brought two of the big winners with her today. Welcome, Stephen and Linda Heathman. You guys, first off, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I definitely want to hear your story because it's amazing. But Kathy, first, how was it? We had April 5th came. It was the final draw day.
Absolutely.
And we had some big winners.
Well, you know, it's really interesting. For me, it's like a full circle moment because I spend so many weeks, you know, with you leading up to the raffle. We talk about the fact the odds are amazing. We talk about the fact that people sometimes procrastinate. We talk about the fact that you may not always be a winner, but there's going to be over 2,500 winners. So this is a perfect example of that full circle moment because now you get to meet and hear a little bit about their story. But all three the top winners all had incredible stories. And I feel so grateful to everyone out there who did, in fact, buy a ticket. Like I said, you can't all be winners, but I do know that the hospital is so grateful to everyone who participated because literally miracles are going to be happening as a result of it. So it's exciting. I
still say everyone is a winner because that money did go to TMC. It's going to go back into helping our community in general.
That's exactly right.
But this is one of those instances where we get to hear a great story. Kathy, first tell me what it was like to make this phone call.
Well, it's funny because Stephen was actually the person who his name was on the ticket. So he was the person I needed to speak with. And he answered, and he didn't hang up on me, so I was grateful for that. And they're always very, very quiet initially because I think they're in shock. So I verify the address, we get the basic information, and I'm like, yep, it's official. And I said, now I'm going to let you know that you really are the person that everybody wants to hear about because this guy and his wife are the lucky winners of the 50-50 jackpot.
Wow.
Which was a record high this year.
It was a record high.
Exactly.
And if we remember, that is the one that kept climbing throughout those weeks.
Correct.
And so when you heard Kathy and it hit you that it was real, how did that feel?
Well, it didn't hit me that it was real. It was like she said, there was a lot of pauses and okay. And so I think that it was probably a minute or two after we stopped talking that I started to vibrate. And, and then I realized I had to get a hold of Linda right away, who was having lunch with some lady friends of hers, and so she had her phone off, so I couldn't do that. And
of course.
So then I actually went and I said, well, I think I know where they are. So I drove over there.
Oh my gosh.
And came sneaking up on her and said, ladies, I need to borrow her for a minute. And so I took her outside and had her sit down, and she's all thinking something terrible's happened because, you know, I don't know what my face was. then when I told her, you know, because she's the one that said you should buy these tickets, you know. And she over the last 3 years, she's like, you know, it's a good cause and it's good odds too. And so, and so, all right. So I said, well, remember how you made me do this? And she goes, yeah. And I go, well, we won. And she goes, we won a pretty big piece of money. So she starts crying and she's jumping up and down, and then she's crying and she's jumping up and down. And the ladies inside the restaurant, her friends are looking at us like,
what is going on?
So meanwhile, I was busy. I had this thing I had to deliver and for working on a car, and so I had to say, okay, now make sure that she's able to drive before you let her out of here, you know. And then I took off, and I'm not sure what all happened there, but.
That is I love that you drove over there. You're like, I can't wait. I have to go now. I have to tell her. And Linda, once it kind of sinks in, I know this has been a couple days now that we've, you know, had a moment to really realize this. Have you thought about what you want to do with the money?
Well, the best thing about it is it gives you options.
Yeah.
You know, so many times, because we're both retired teachers, so we don't have a large income, and so many times we have to not do things or go the cheap route, and this just gives us options now. You know, we can get second opinions on medical conditions, just things like that, that before we didn't have the option.
And this is kind of like icing on top of a cake because you guys just got married not too long ago. So this is a newlywed present.
Yes.
Exactly. We just got married for my 60th birthday. We didn't choose to go on a honeymoon or anything. We are saving our money. And so, yes, this has given us some options.
Well, so I have to ask the obvious question. Will you guys still buy tickets in the future?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys will still because of those great reasons. So we have to ask Kathy, is there going to be a next year?
We absolutely will be back. And frankly, all of the winners, one of the things that I get to share with them once the prizes have all been awarded and I've contacted the top winners, you're officially now some of my ambassadors. So I hope that they all spread the word that real people really, really do win, and that together we're making a difference right here in Southern Arizona, and especially for TMC. So I think we're all grateful. I know that's the word the hospital uses. So for everyone out there who maybe didn't win, we're still so grateful. So.
Absolutely. This is kind of like you were saying, even for me, we talk about it and talk about it. I love that I get to see your faces and hear your personal experience. I have to say it again, congratulations. This is so well deserved, you guys.
Thank you.
Now, as Kathy was saying, this is not the last year. We'll be doing this again. You could be sitting up here with us next year to learn more about the TMC Mega Raffle or to read about all the winners like Steve and Linda. Visit tmcmegaraffle.org.